Mm, 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 mm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of En-Syte. I'm your host, Steve. Yes, we late. We is late. We is late. I know we are late. You can officially deem this as late. So we're gonna try our best to narrow this whole thing down into a 35-minute session. So, howdy, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you all. Bray, Dre, bro, big bro. How you feeling, man?
Fam, what up, brothers? Me and you again, huh?
Yeah, it's just me and you again. All that lovely
Try,
stuff.
try. I mean, we're just trying to get it right, right?
Yeah.
We were just kicking it. We just kicked it a couple of minutes ago, and now we getting it right, huh?
Yep, getting it just right. But we should be solid. We should be right. So hopefully everybody who was up with us earlier will feel free to come back and join us now that you can hear both of us rather than just one of us, because it's not fun when you only hear one person's voice and you see another person moving lips and you can't hear what they're saying, especially when that person says profound shit on a regular basis. So
Oh, man, I was just about to sit back, man, and allow you to do what you do, how you do, the way you do, and what you do. Now it's gonna be quiet for the rest of the show, bro. Oh,
no.
I was just here,
Nope.
like Timmy said, I'm sitting here, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not just chilling because we're gonna be over here talking about stuff. What's up, brother Nate? You careful driving and just listen to us through your radio. Don't worry about texting, typing. Just type when you get there, because man, it's gonna be a doozy. I know you got some stuff to say about it. So,
What up, famo? What's going on, bro?
so what we are talking about is
Yeah, let's get straight to the topic. Then let's roll.
black marriages. We're gonna start off with that, black marriages. Now, we talk about black marriages / black love. Now, of course, y'all see Shay isn't with us. She will join us on another day, but she is a busy bee, as always. But she gave us her viewpoints, her highlights, and everything like that. So, the main point, the myths of black marriages.
Oh, Tracy, how you doing, sweetie?
Hey, Tracy, the myths of black marriages. We gonna get down on that one right now. Saying like black women do not marry.
That to me, that's probably one of the biggest myths in the world. Black women do want to marry. I think the biggest problem is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and it goes both ways. We have standards, and we're
Mm-hmm.
both looking for black men and black women. We're both looking to what's going to meet our standards. A
Yeah,
lot of times, man, we're not meeting in the middle. And nowadays, I think people are playing so many games with other people's lives that it's deterring them from relationships. And a lot of people have been hurt so much that now they just say, fuck it. What I'm going to do right about now is just that I'm going to sit there and play games as well.
yeah,
And they're missing out on so much goodness that's out there. So I'm going to say that is a myth that our black women are out there that want to get married. And they had a response. They said the question is who's qualified, and when you say qualified, I'm gonna say both. I'm just saying the prospective person that wants to be married and who they're looking for to marry them,
yeah,
and it's both ways. Who you have to be qualified, and when I say qualified, I mean mentally and emotionally. I'm not saying about financially. That's down the line. I
yeah.
mean that's key. But mentally, emotionally, those are the two biggest things about being married with somebody.
True.
And those are the things that people really don't look at when they're talking about marriage.
Very true. Um, and they said right, man or woman. Okay. Second myth: educated black women have it harder. Now, this one I'm going to say that's a myth because they do not have it harder. It's not harder to marry an educated woman. Yes, I can see that some men may see them as intimidating. Intimidating, because they are smart, they're strong, they're successful in that way, shape, or form. But they don't necessarily have it harder than the next woman, because
No,
there's successful women out there who are very well educated, who have multitudes of degrees and things like that, who are married. They just they just want to marry someone who is either on their level or is going to support their level. You know, they're not gonna
Okay.
do. They're not
Hey,
gonna. Huh?
I'm just saying, brother Nate is begging to differ from you.
Oh,
And they said they
they.
do have it harder.
Oh,
That's brother Nate,
why
and
do you?
Timmy came coming around and said, yes, they have it harder finding decent guys that are up to their standards. It's also harder to stay married.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking differently, but Nate, why do you think that the educated women have it harder?
Now, this one of these topics that brother Nate need to pull over, and brother Nate need to start typing up into this.
Hello,
Whoever's out there, hey, howdy, my neighbors, howdy, my neighbors. I
hello,
know
how you
so far
doing?
myself, Tammy, and Nate. Who else is out there? Hey, how
Tracy.
y'all doing? Sure. Oh, Tracy, I'm sorry. What up, Trey? Yeah. What up, Trey? I'm sorry. Got one other person out there. So they said yep to Tammy. That's true.
Okay. All right, so maybe they do have it harder. Maybe it is a little bit difficult. I mean, maybe I see it differently. I mean, maybe y'all can
Hmm.
educate me and show me differently.
Hey,
Because,
Carmen, how you doing, Carmen?
hey, Carmen, how you doing, sweetie? More college educated women get divorced. Is that an actual statistic that women who are educated or have a higher divorce rate than women who are not so educated?
I mean, we can use the word so educated because a lot of times, man, I'm going to say people, different degrees of education. How's that?
Okay.
With different degrees of education. Okay. So we can we'll use that. But my whole thing is this: compatibility is the one thing.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, okay, you're looking. I'm gonna say a person that has a lot of college behind them, college education behind them. They're looking for a certain kind of standard as a professional standard. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I guess that's why they're saying that it might be hard for them to date because maybe they still looking for what's around them. And a lot of times, man, when you really look at it, man, I'm gonna be very honest with you. We have a lot of our we have a lot of our black girls is going to college. A lot of black girls are going to college and graduating, and we're
Hmm.
not having the same rate of African black men that's going to college.
True.
And I think that's where I don't think it's the myth. I think that's where it lies at is that we are as men. We're not giving the women that's going to college the same type of effort that they're giving us. What to say? We're
Yeah.
we're not going to universities and the college. We're not getting we're not getting we're not furthering our education in the institutions like the young ladies are. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. They said once you go down the rabbit hole, it's hard to get out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess as we deem it, women who are have a certain degree of education tend to have it harder. So that is what considered a busted myth, for lack of a better phrase.
Hmm.
All right. So moving on, rich men marry out.
That's the one thing that we see a lot, or you hear a lot when you're dealing with entertainers, athletes, entertainers, is that once they do get rich, they marry outside their race,
Hmm.
and they marrying outside their race. They're going out, they're marrying Caucasian, also Hispanic, because to be honest with you, it's like I don't understand why. Because we have a whole bunch of beautiful black intelligent women who's capable of being loved and want to be loved that can support you, hold you down just as best as anybody else can hold you down.
Yeah. And yes, Tammy, that's exactly what we mean. Marrying out, as in marrying outside your race, marrying other races.
Yes.
Yes. So that I can actually agree with because, like you just said, there are a lot of there are a lot of wealthy black men out there who actually do marry outside their race because they feel as if the black woman, because this in quotes, black woman, as they see it, is the loud ghetto weave wearing, you know, straight from the hood kind of thing. When that is not actually true, you can actually have a woman who is from a particular section of a city that's considered a hood or a ghetto, and actually can be brought up way more actually be brought up better than that white woman that you've married, or that Hispanic woman that you've married, or that Asian woman that you have married.
That's that's the biggest thing right there. And Timmy said, I think it's because they have more access to other women who wouldn't have given them the time of day otherwise. Okay, maybe that's true, but a lot of times that's, it's to a point that okay, then Nate comes behind and said, there's a smaller pool who can support where the mindset is.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
man,
So.
you know,
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say, Nate, Tammy, man, y'all coming rapid fire, man. And I appreciate it because you guys are coming rapid fire. You guys are really running this show today. Me and Steve just here right about now.
Yeah.
Um, Also, Tammy comes back and says, also it's considered a symbol of the status that they have achieved.
Yeah.
You know
Basically, the
something,
quote unquote
that right,
trophy.
man, fuck that trophy. I mean, I'm just, I'm not trying to seem like I'm racist or anything of the pool or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
But to me, in my opinion, there is nothing more beautiful than a black woman. There's nothing more respectful than a black woman. There's nothing that's going to hold you down, that's going to fight for you as a black woman. The
Yeah.
problem is that you have to you have to find that black woman that you want to be with. You
Yes.
have to find it.
Yes.
Like, I mean, there are beautiful black women that's out here that will be that trophy, quote unquote. And you can say I made it no matter what. They're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there.
That's true.
I'm, I'm gonna give you two names, and these two names are probably the biggest African Americans to say, quote unquote, I made it no matter what. I'm gonna say Michelle Obama for one, because she was right there. She was right there doing with all that bullshit that he had to deal with every single day. And also, I'm gonna go a little bit deep because I might lose a couple of y'all. Cookie Johnson. Ain't no woman gonna stay with the husband when you know that motherfucker got AIDS,
Mm.
and you ain't got it,
Mm.
and did it respectfully, gracefully. And man, Cookie fine too, man. Even though Cookie advanced, hey, Cookie getting older now, Cookie fine. I'm just saying, that's how you gotta look at it. Tracy has said, Angela Bassett waiting to excel. Hmm.
Oh man. And now down to the last myth. So we consider that the rich men marry out is a busted myth. Tammy Deer says, oddly enough, more non-black men are pursuing black women at higher rates than black men in that tax bracket. Yeah, true enough. Um, Last myth: black men do not earn as much as black women.
Mm. Because when you look at it, when you're looking at corporate America, to be totally honest with you, you will see more women in corporate America.
Yeah,
Eh, and that's probably the reason why you see it. That's as far as the corporate America. And Brother Nate says Smith.
that's a myth. But Tammy said it's true. We have ourselves a split feeling right here. So anybody else who's watching, how do you feel? Do you feel that black men do not earn as much as black women? Do y'all consider that a myth, or do y'all consider something that is actually true? Because I mean, there's multitudes of jobs out there. There's multitudes of higher ups in corporate America and everything like that. But who do y'all believe is actually at the who has more of those corporate positions in terms of black men and black women? Who do y'all think has it more? Because right now, Nate said it's a myth. Tammy said it's true. Nate says, I know truck drivers who make six figures.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True enough.
Tammy says, black women earn higher education degrees at higher rates than black men. Well, that's because, like how Dre said earlier, that more women go to school versus men. More black women go to school versus black men going to school. So
I
that's
mean,
going to be a
so
higher rate right there. That's going to be at a higher rate because of that statistic itself.
yeah, because of that stat right there. But also, Nate just broke down another one regarding the truck drivers. And you got you got brothers still working in the steel mill, and they still working a whole bunch, still making dollars. working in the factories and everything else, and they are making more money than women in that industry.
Hmm.
So I mean, it flows, man. It's the ebb and flow.
Okay. Tammy says, doesn't matter who you know. It matters. What matters are the statistics. Nate then says, tradesmen make more. My uncle Jay
Hmm.
came in and said, most black men who marry out is due to self hate and society stereotypes of us. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I was saying earlier. The black woman from the hood, long hair, weave, and long nails and loud, which is not the case. Not the case.
Right.
All right. So, not sure if we consider this particular myth, busted or fact, or the fact that it is still a myth. So, we're gonna just have that one just sitting right up in there in the air, and we may come back to it later if we have time. But now we have questions to ask our audience for the people that are out there watching. Are any of these myths about black marriages true? If so, why or why not? Tammy says, nope, white collars make more. I know engineers, designers, programmers, nurses who make more. So, in terms of these myths, what do you all think is true? And why do you think it's true? Or why do you think that they're not true in terms of these particular things? The black women do not marry, educated black women have it harder, rich black men marry out, and black men do not earn as much as black women. Which do you consider myths? Which do you consider facts? Why and why not? Do you consider them those things?
Mm. 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 Mm.
So, Dre, out of those four, while the people out there typing, which do you consider myths? Which ones you do not consider myths? Okay, so we'll start off. Black women do not marry. Myth or no?
That is a myth.
Okay, and I know you said your reasons earlier, so we're not going to delve back into that. The second one, okay, with that, I do agree with you. I do agree that it is a myth. Educated black women have it harder. Do you believe that is a myth or no?
50-50 on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
50-50.
I think that that's a myth. I don't know. Something about me feels as if educated women do not have it harder. I don't know why, but I just feel that it is. Rich black men marry out. Myth or no?
Oh man, man, rich black men. Because I see it both ways, man. I see it both ways.
Okay.
But you see a whole bunch that do. You see a whole bunch that don't. So
Mm,
I'm gonna say that's a myth, man.
okay. I'm gonna say that is a myth. I just say people marry who they want to marry, and they just particularly find someone outside their race. And the last one for us, for you, Dre, black men do not earn as much as black women.
That's a myth.
That is a myth. All right. So going on, Tammy says, think about it. A tradesman will work more hours than a software engineer just to make the same amount. JC has said there are white women that are loud and wear weave too. True. No. Correction. It's not weave for white women. It's called extensions.
I want a girl extensions in her hair. I'm just playing, man. We don't own the rights to that. But go ahead.
Man. Nate says we date within our proximity. So yeah. So those of you out there that we just read, which do you think are myths? Which do you think are not? As you all are typing that, we got to go on to the next question because we are unfortunately limited on time. How do you keep black marriages sacred in the black community? I was going to say something real straightforward, but I'm not going to go there because it says, how do you keep black marriages sacred in the black community? Bro, what do you think it is? Because I was about to say something straight flat out, but I'm going to leave that be.
How do you keep black marriage sacred in the black community?
In the black community.
Well, I mean, stop listening to the outside influences. Get off of social media. Your marriage is your marriage. Your relationship is your relationship.
Yes.
No outside noise. No outside noise.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, don't look at what someone else is doing. Look at what you need to do to make your life happen. Every day you fall in love with yourself. Well, let me rephrase that. Every day you fall in love with God, yourself, and your mate, and you continue to work on that every single day. You cannot quit. It's not like a job. I want to call in sick. No, you can't call in sick. You're going to be there. You're going to support each other. You're going to love each other. That's the way you keep black marriages sacred and keep people out your business. Stop trying to put your dick in this person or try to give your hold of that person.
It is.
Point blank.
That's what I say. Like,
Point
and
blank.
the thing that I was going to say is he's a little bit more blunt than me, but I'm saying, like, how do you keep black marriages sacred in the black community? And like I said, I'm not racist at all, not in the least bit. But if you want to keep black marriages sacred in the black community, guess what? The simple thing you need to do: keep black marriages in the black community. Stop thinking that you need to marry out in order to be happy. No, you just need to find the right person for you. And if the right person just happens to be outside your race, fine. Be happy. I'm not gonna knock it. I ain't. No one else see it. Well, some people might, but like, there's people out there who really don't knock that stuff at all. As long as you are happy, that's what they care about. But do not marry outside your race because of the one statistic or the one stereotype. I'm sorry, the one stereotype that all black women are loud, ghetto, whatever the case may be. I have been with plenty of black women. I've dated black women. Not all of them are loud. Not all of them are, go like that. Not all of them are like that. They all present themselves in different ways, but none of them was like that, except for one crazy chick. But that's beside the point. Understand the facts that not every black woman is that one stereotype from a hood movie or from a damn rap video. There are plenty of black women out there who are very respectful, who are very understanding, who are very kind, but you just don't just you treat them like an individual. You treat them like a woman. You treat them like a woman. Tammy says, you guys are focused on individuals. Statistically, a majority of black men are incarcerated, less than high school diplomas, etc. So that's why more black women earn more. Well, no, then Tracy says still
we get those points. We get those points. We get those stats that you're giving us, and we get those points that you're giving us.
Mm-hmm. Tracy says it's still weave. True enough, it is. Nate says no, they don't. They own their company. They write off debt versus ones who work for someone else. And just because you have the degree doesn't mean you're making the money. That is true as well, because there's people out there who have degrees in certain aspects, but are not even in a career dealing with their degree. Tracia said church, and like you said, thank you to her, because she said she agreed with you wholeheartedly. Tracia does, right? Tammy then says a lot of college educated people work for themselves.
True
they do. And Nate says I've dated all, and it's the mindset, proximity. Last but not least, this question is, why is black marriage a black two-parent household considered a threat to the masses? This is for you all out there in the audience. Why is black marriage / a black two-parent household considered a threat to the masses? So you all work on that. Let us know what you think, because we have to actually start getting into the next topic in terms of what it is. And I love Shay's supporting quote. This is Shay's supporting quote, and I love it so much. The quote of the day is, "Black love is the most authentic, threatened piece of amore there is." Black love is the most authentic, threatened piece of amore there is. See, Tammy says, I don't know, because I had both parents married. Okay? So while everybody's going on to that, we have to go right on into the next topic, because we have very limited time, like I said. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for us being late again and having to rush this, but we're trying to keep up with this as best as we can. Tammy says they still married, and they still want to get divorced. All right. My Uncle Jay says, keep black marriages sacred by knowing that we are enough for each other. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Most definitely.
All right. So now we're going to get into the other half of this particular episode, which is the black privilege. Does it really exist? Now, the whole thing is privilege. We are going to give you the definition of privilege. Privilege, a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. Again, a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. That is what privilege is. So keep that in mind as we talk about black privilege. Now, do we believe as black people that we have a privilege of some way, shape, form, or fashion in this world? Do we have a special right or advantage in this world? And I'm saying this, I'm trying to say this with the utmost seriousness, considering the fact of the shit that has happened in the past, not even the past 20 years. Okay. All right. But I'm just saying.
No, I'm gonna say no, bro.
Say no?
I'm gonna say no, man. I don't feel that we have any privilege. I say that it's harder, in my opinion, for African American people, black people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. We're a lot of times, man, living where we come from, we are set up. It's set up for us not to succeed. That's the one thing.
Yeah. So let's see. My Uncle Jay said, "Black love and black unity is a threat to people because they know that's a strong symbol." Yes,
Most
it is.
definitely. There you go. Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is,
is.
bro. Yes,
And Tammy says, "Privilege of more built-in sun protection."
that's it.
Mm-hmm. That is
That's
not.
it,
That
man.
is not a joke. That is not a joke, y'all.
I mean, just look at it, bro. I don't know. I don't know, but I knew growing up, man. When you was in grammar school, you look at the textbooks. It'll be the same textbooks for like 7, 8, 9 years. Nothing changed on the textbook.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the new books come out, it'll say it'll be the same name of the thing, but it say ninth edition.
Yeah.
And you look at the ninth edition, at the eighth edition, you see the old book is the same thing on the same exact pages. Nothing changed.
Mm-hmm.
Our curriculum in our in our inner city, the curriculum in our inner cities are horrible. A lot of times, the only way that we get out of that is like we have to go to like some kind of advanced school or some kind of gifted school. And also, hey, my little nephew Malcolm, Malcolm got accepted to a gifted school. He starts next week.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So congratulations, Malcolm.
Congratulations, Malcolm. Give a shout out to Malcolm up in here. That boy's
Yeah, I'm
smart,
just
y'all.
yes, he is, man. And a lot of times we're not given. I mean, I'm not gonna say we're not given. It's just like it's so very hard when we look at things like with the whole pandemic right now.
Mm-hmm.
When the kids were doing e-learning, our children was not equipped to do e-learning, but other students. I mean, but other races, other ethnic were because they were already doing it.
Yeah.
They're already doing it. They're already doing classes. It's just we're so man. It's like we're just behind, and so no, we are not. We do not have privilege or anything. Thanks, Nay. I'll let Jen Dog know, Nay. I'll let Jen know.
Mm-hmm. So, so I guess we pretty much answered this question. If there is,
They said that's a parental issue.
yeah. So questions to ask, questions to ask is actually what we're doing right now. One of the questions is if there's a such thing as black privilege, what is it? We're basically addressing right now that we don't have privilege except for more built-in sun protection. We are a group of people who don't get burned by the sun as easily as most people.
Correct.
That is our privilege across the entire world. It's just it's just funny that we don't have these particular things, or we have not earned these particular things, but yet things that we have today wouldn't exist without the stuff that our ancestors have done.
Okay. Oh man, damn. They came with it. And they said there is a black privilege, just not for poor blacks.
Oh, ooh, I don't even know what to say to that one. I don't even know what to say to that one. That one is deep, and that one is very very understanding at the same time. But I just can't say nothing on that one because it's actually true.
Man.
It's actually true because I'm like if you don't have any form of money, anything like that, any form to make ways or make ends meet, you are struggling in the black community. But yet you have people that go out there to other communities of particular races and they will be fine. Nate said it's called a caste issue. Caste is what we call misinformed class.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy just says downside is we don't go to the dermatologist as often as we tend to have high mortality rates of melanoma.
Okay.
Uh,
Not because we think that because we got this built-in sunscreen, with this, we got this built-in sunscreen, we don't need to.
mm-hmm. That's why I don't even like being in the sun like that. All right, so another question is what is some things that black people can do that no other group of people can do?
I read Shay notes, and man, and Shay notes, and her answer to this, for example, is probably the greatest answer there is.
Uh-huh.
But her answer is probably the greatest thing there is. We are, as black people, seriously, the greatest inventors.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy said we can say the N word. Yeah, we can. We can say the word motherfucker and mean it. It flows.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying. But but we're probably the greatest inventors, probably the greatest minds that ever was created.
Great innovators.
We great innovators, man. Also, and as Shay said in her notes, we built a nation off the backs of
Say it.
black.
No, say it how she put it in there, man. Don't say it like that. Say it how she typed it, man.
I can't remember her exact words.
Oh, I'm looking at it
You
right
gotta,
now, so I'm gonna say it. So this was the thing. Build example. Build a fucking country.
yeah. I mean, but not only this country, we've built many countries. We've built dynasties.
We built
The
kingdoms.
greatest thing, the greatest thing ever made, in my opinion, are the pyramids in Egypt.
Hmm.
Who built that, man? Who built it?
Hey, man, you ain't gotta tell me who built it.
I'm,
Where's Egypt?
all right.
That's it. That says it all right there. Where's Egypt?
We mummified things, man. Before there was a way to do it, we did it.
Hmm.
So that's the things that I'm trying to say, man. And that's why they always want to try to destroy what we are, destroy the things what we doing. That's what. Yeah, yeah. It is black privilege, y'all. It is the black privilege is that they know that they know the masses know that who we are and what we are,
They're trying to
and they don't want us to know who and what we are. Man, I'm gonna jump off for a second. I want to just say something.
go
If
ahead.
anybody get an opportunity, man, and if you have Netflix, I want you to go back and watch The Malice in the Palace. It's about Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons when Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, and Steven Jackson got to fighting with the fans. And I want you to see the way the media back then portrayed those three men as thugs, savages, the whole hip hop rap community. It was just like we were nothing. Yes, Tammy, read the Willie Lynch letter. Yes, there you go. I'm just saying. So please, if you guys get an opportunity, please watch that because I would like to have a discussion on that. I'm serious. It is deep. It is. I lived that, man. I lived it, and it was just so funny when you just have the way the media really just talked about these three black men, and then I want to hold accountable the people who threw stuff at them, people who came on the court, people who was throwing punches at the players as well. And it was like, to a point, the players had to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's a whole bunch of privilege out here. So the whole thing is to keep you from knowing what you are, and that goes with in marriages, that goes in education, that goes in black love. Yo, this right here, this topic here today, man, was probably much needed. I just wish that we could have done it longer.
Yeah.
I wish that Bonnie was here so she could come with her insight. But Tammy, Nate, Tracia, Carmen, I appreciate you guys for being here. Uncle Jay, thanks, Familo. I appreciate you for being here today, man. It was wonderful. And everybody who didn't get an opportunity to say anything, howdy, my neighbors. Thank you for even showing up. We appreciate that.
Right.
Can you do us a favor? We got a like button right there. Like this video so other people out here can see it, so it can be suggested and suggested on YouTube. So like this for us, please, so we can see it out here. People can look at it. We can bring out more conversations like this, man. Man, Steve,
You.
all I gotta say, man, is love on your people, bro.
Yeah, I know, but hey, man, we still had a quote from
Oh
for this
shit, my
particular-
bad, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
My bad.
No, it's all good. So the quote that Shay found that put up by Militant Midget. It's a
The militant mid.
Yeah, Militant Midget. It's a privilege to be me and only me. That's why it's one me. It's a privilege to be me and only me. That's why it's one me. So understand that you being you is a privilege.
There it is.
You being you is a privilege. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, where you're from, how you live, whatever the case may be. You being you is a privilege. Understand that. So everything like Dre said, like the video. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell and let you know when we go live. Remember, we go live every Tuesday and Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you don't know your time zones, look up the Windy City. You know what time it is. For those of you who listening on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Spotify, every which way streaming device that you may have, thank you for listening to us. Maybe one day you can join us here on YouTube. It's En-Syte. That's EN-SYTE. You'll have faces to go with the voices that you hear. Other than that, Dre already closed out his stuff and saying like love on your peoples because life is too short. It definitely is. Uncle Jay says we bring the world style. We are the seasoning.
Man, yes, we are.
We is the pepper in your bland ass chicken. Nah. Oh, with that being said, we ain't
the raisins in your shit now. We ain't that raisin.
We ain't the raisins.
You keep that raisin. You keep that raisin shit.
We ain't raisins in potato salad. We're gonna let you know that right now. We not that. No, we not that. That's not even seasoning.
Oh, okay. Your Uncle Jay did say he's seen the Malice in the Palace. And straight up, man, straight. Jay, I'm telling you, the whole directive just changed on those three guys. It was like, but nothing else. Man, I'm telling y'all got to check it out. You get an opportunity, man. Check it out, man.
Check it out. So if y'all need something to watch on Netflix, Malice in the Palace, have a look at it. Other than that, we got to get up out of here. It's a nice, warm day. Remember, be safe out there if you're going to enjoy it. Even though we do have built-in sun protection, still be safe out there in that sun. Said do a part 2. I wish we could, but we've been behind on stuff that we trying to catch up on some things. We might come back to this and actually expound on it more if we get the opportunity, but we would definitely let you know, and hopefully we can. So with that being said, we got to get up out of here. You all have a beautiful night, and remember, as always, stay insightful. Peace.
Peace them out.